Hi everyone, welcome back to Living Ethically on a Budget. Today I'm just going to cover some food storage and packed lunch options for reducing plastic and being eco-friendly as well as ethical and fair trade. So I'll just show you what I've got here. So this is a various selection of stuff. Sorry, I'm not so good at aiming that we're going to work through. So, first of all, I know it's more for use in the house. You can use in camping as well. I try and go for ethical stuff. At the moment, there's not many actual plates you can buy on the market which are ethical. So I like these. These are tiffin tins, Bro Box. So it's like a thali plate. And these are fair trade made in India. And the good thing about these is you can drop them and they're not going to break, unlike some expensive ceramic plate that you bought. And also with the sections, they're quite good for different meals, good for kids. The only thing is, obviously, if you've got a hot meal in it, then you're going to feel the heat through the plate. But then that was kind of be the same with the ceramic plate. So if you eat on a table or a tray, you're kind of okay. So I really like them. They're a good option. Then for saving money when you're out and about, there's something called the latte effect, is when you can spend an awful lot of money, even on a decent budget, just by buying, your coffees, takeaway coffees. And obviously with the takeaway coffees, hopefully you all know by now, but the paper coffee cups are not recyclable, because when they make them waterproof, that means they're not recyclable. So I've got one of these. This is a Keep cup. Now I prefer that to your eco coffee cup, because that's not made of the bamboo, because although bamboo sounds good, it's made with it's bamboo and plastic resin, and in the resin there's formaldehyde, which, although it is natural, it is a toxin, and there's quite a lot of debate really whether that's okay in food. They say it's kind of okay in and plates and stuff, but I won't be overly too sure myself. And also, if you're combining bamboo with plastic resin, then for me, I'm not quite sure it's actually going to decompose. It's maybe a bit of greenwash, but I can't be sure. But I go for Keep Cup because that's a safe edible plastic. Safe food grade plastic, and obviously, you can save a bit of money. I love these. I made a kind of vow with God that if he wanted me to buy, somehow only get some kind of fair trade flask, that when I bought flasks it would break. And initially, several years ago, there was no fair trade or ethically made flasks on the market, and I'd buy big thermos flask after another which had the glass filling, and I'd either leave it in the car and it would freeze, or I'd drop it, or so I'd only have it a week or two, it would break. And then eventually Patagonia sell these. It's actually Clean Canteen, who are their own brand. And this actually says on it, if you can read it, you probably can't read it there, responsibly made in China. So they have ethics. There's also the same people that make Bro Box make flasks. You can buy these. They've probably got a website. You can also buy them from Unicorn. This is a really big, family style flask. That's obviously great. Save yourself a lot of money, and also you don't have to wait for a coffee shop to be open. You can have your coffee as you want it. This is as well, I don't know if this is Bro Box actually, but it's ethical. I've got this from Unicorn, just try and open it. Now this is a thermos food. Now when you have this shape of container, so a food container instead of a flask, with it being broad, it doesn't stay hot as long. So I think this only stays hot 4 or 6 hours, but you could put pasta in there. Now that's 350 mils. Now since I've got that, which is maybe a bit small if you wanted a pasta dish, I've got a big one 500 mils. So it's a bit pricey, but if you think all of the hot meals you can fit in that, and that's thermos, so it's not going to have to put it in a fridge and forget it if you're working somewhere once. You can just keep it in your bag, and then that food will be safe and hot-ish. So that's good. Then for, packed lunch, you've got something like this. It's a little bit insulated. So really what you can do with that is you can put, if I can find one here, an ice pack in it. So again, that can keep your lunch going, because, sometimes you have a fridge at work. If you're a temporary worker like me, only working somewhere once, if you put something in the fridge, you're probably going to drive off and leave it, and then waste your expensive lunch bag and stuff as well. I like these. These are a bit expensive when you first buy them, but the size Mister, which is made in New Zealand, so they should be ethically made, not made in a you know, cruel factory, and the BPA free, so quite safe. So you can get that size, which is quite good if it's a rice and stew or sandwiches, or if you're just making, say, slow cooker batch meals, and this is just, say, for the sauce or sag paneer or chicken curry, then the sauce can go in that and you can freeze that in the freezer. Now, I really like this. I got it on the internet. I'm not guaranteed, actually, that it's ethically made, but when I got it, there wasn't really enough out for a good size lunch, or for maybe even 2 meals, that was thermos, so it wouldn't have to go in the fridge, and ethically made. So kind of hope this was. It's a bit expensive, about £35, but it's got multi-sections. So I'll just show you. So you see these bits screw off. So that's a smaller section. So you can put yogurt and fruit in that. And then the bottom big section, this is good for lunch. Again, it's thermos, so it'll keep things hot for about 4 or 5 hours. You could put a pasta and pesto in there. So it's a meal. So there's about 3-4 sections in there. And like at the top here, if I can open it. Oh, won't be able to do it now because it's got like a little dish thing as well. So that's all good. What else? Yeah, so when it comes to wrapping food as well, there are these new beeswax things out. They're okay, they're fairly good. They're quite expensive though to buy first off. What I found as well is, although they look quite trendy, nice, quite good prints, if you make the mistake when you wash them, you run them under like a overly hot tap, what's going to happen is you're going to melt that wax, and fairly soon your wrap won't be that good. Now, you can get a refresher bar for about £5-7, which will do a few wraps, but I think they're okay. I don't think they're quite as good as what we kind of hoped or think. I quite like these. These are reusable plastic wraps. So they're a little bit pricey. For a pack of 2 is £8, but I find these last longer. And you can use them for cheese, for meat, for sandwiches. They've got Velcro on them, and those are quite good. You can get from Natural Collection. Also, these are fairly good sandwich bags. So those are fabric for Velcro. You can get them from Natural Collection. Not too bad. The only thing is, you can't have the most massive big sandwich in it. It's a little bit small. Also, these are quite good. You get from Unicorn. They're recycled or biodegradable bags. Now, the only thing with them is they're not resealable. But some of the only bags in the market, apart from some Sainsbury's bags, which are biodegradable, fully recycled. Other supermarkets, you're struggling really. So what I like with them, they're not overly big, but I love these clips, food clips. So what I do is when I make bread, I make bread rolls. If I can find some, I'll probably eat my way through. Oh yeah, no. And then like I freeze 2 together, and with a food clip. So, you know, it's just makes good use of the food, and the food clips are just great. They're indispensable for so many things. That's that. Let's see if I can put this down a minute. What I quite like as well is reusable tissues. So this is a wet bag. It's a waterproof bag that's washable, reusable. So this is in 2 sections. Okay, so what I've got on this side are my reusable tissues. A bit expensive to start off with, so you can use them as baby wipes, tissues. So a pack of 12, and the organic cotton or ethically produced is £12 to £10. So a bit expensive, but they're reusable. And then what I do, so you know, if you're having your dinner and you want something to wipe your face, you can use that. And then what I've got there is a spray, and I've just put spring wash in that with some lavender essential oil, and that makes like a antiseptic spray. You know, if you make a bit of a mess of the table, you want to clean your hands, you can use that, or you can carry a small bottle of alcohol gel, which I do as well. So that's just a good thing. So that's one side. Then the other side, you put your dirties in. There you go. So you put your dirties in that side. Every day you're going to empty that and wash them. So that's just a good idea. And then I really love this as well, which is a cutlery set. Now, I've had this one just about a year, so it's a little bit worn. It did have a popper on. The popper's actually come off. So now, you know, I'm either using some string or a clean bobble to tie it. So, also I actually managed to lose a spoon. So, I think the fork's been washed over. I've bought another spork that was about $4.50 or something. But these are bamboo, so you take them with you, and it saves you. You know, if you're eating at a takeaway restaurant, or a lot of places now they give you plastic cutlery. There you just use them. You can put them back in afterwards and then wash them that night. And there's a reusable straw as well with a little cleaner. So that's good. Don't use straws that often in this country myself because it's not overly hot. But if you're in America drinking iced tea. And this pack has even got chopsticks. So that's quite cute. Yeah. This is quite a long video, this one. So then on top of that, other things, I know to talk about the biodegradable food bags. I quite like this stuff, which is recycled aluminium foil. And also what I do, because I've got a real thing for fizzy water. I love it. And the problem with that is, I find if I don't drink, because of the condition I've got, if I don't drink fizzy water, I struggle to force myself to drink. If it's fizzy, I can drink it easy. Also, if it's fizzy, it feels like it's almost ice cold when it's not. It's just much more enjoyable to drink. Obviously, that's going to cost money. It's all the plastic bottles. So what I did is I got a Soda Stream. So I like these. Really, you're only going to buy about 4 or 6 bottles for it. So these are the bottles. So you're going to fill it up to the line there. And then it's got a CO2 cylinder. So that's a CO2 cylinder. That'll carbonate 60 litres. So 60 of them bottles. And if you get them from Lakeland, it's about £12. It's more expensive from Argos. But I've saved so many plastic bottles doing that. And quite a lot of money. And I drink a lot of water as well. So if it's a full day, I'm going to church or having a full day, I take 2 of them bottles filled up. It saves a lot of money and a lot of inconvenience, and you've got it when you want. So yeah, so that's that. Okay, bye.